What is up, guys? Casey here, and this is episode 7 of making a messaging app. Today we're going to dive into the final bits of our app with the search VC, getting the searching features available so you can search users and then create a message. The very first thing that we need to do is, I forgot about this error right here. Image, you can't actually use that word image, as it will say here, property image with yada yada. Basically, the word image is it's owned by the code, so you can't really use that word. So we're going to change this. We're in our search cell.swift, and we're going to change it to user image. User image, okay. And then just change this to user image. Now if we head back to our search vc.swift, we need to inherit from a couple classes, UI table view delegate and UI table view data source. Okay, underneath here, we're going to create a couple of variables, var search detail, and that's going to be equal an array of search, type search, okay, which is our data model, and then var filtered data. It's going to equal, we're going to put in here search as well. And then we're going to have var is searching, and that is going to equal false. And then var detail, it's going to be of type string, or actually search. Okay. Now we need recipient. That's going to be of type string. And then var message ID. It's going to be of type string. Awesome. Now in Viewdidload, we need to add a couple functions. Okay, table view dot delegate equals self, and table view dot data source equals self. You have to call these two right here every time you import UI table view delegate and UI table view data source. Otherwise, the code will not work. And since we also have search bar, we didn't add that, did we? Well, we were supposed to. UI search bar delegate. Okay. We need to say in Viewdidload search bar dot delegate equals self, and then we can say search bar dot return key type is going to equal UI return key type dot done. And then we're gonna, in messages, you can go here, and you see right here where we said load data, just copy this code with inside the function and go back to search VC, and you can paste it. It's the same exact thing. Okay, but instead of messages, we're gonna say users. Okay. And instead of self.messages.removeAll, we're going to say self.searchDetail.removeAll, and then self.searchDetail.append post, which saves us a lot of time. And the post is going to be of type search, and this is going to be a user key, and then post data. And then underneath Viewdidload, we're going to create prepare for segue. And in here, we are just going to say if let destination view controller equals segue dot destination as message VC. We're going to say destination view controller dot recipient is going to equal recipient, and then destination view controller dot message ID is going to equal message ID. Awesome. Now underneath there, let's create our table view functions. So number of sections, just return 1. Then we have number of rows, number of rows in section. We're going to say if is searching, return filtered data dot count, and then else we are going to return search detail dot count. Awesome. And then now we're going to say self row index path. And we're going to say let search data be of type search. And then if is searching, we're going to say search data equals filtered data, and then we're just going to say index path dot row. Else search data is going to equal search data index path dot row. Search detail, sorry. And then underneath that, we're going to say if let cell equals table view dot DQ reusable cell with identifier, and the identifier is going to be user cell, and we're going to say as search cell. We're going to say cell dot configure cell and then search data. Okay, and then we'll just return the cell. Else return just the normal old search cell. Awesome. That is good there. Now we need to create the did select row at index path. And inside of here, we're going to say if is searching. So if someone is searching, the recipient will equal the filtered data, and then we're going to throw in the location that the person tapped. So index row, index path dot row, dot user key. So we want the user key of that cell, and then else the recipient is going to equal search detail index path dot row dot user key. Okay. And then we're going to perform a segue with identifier. The string is going to be, or the identifier is going to be to message, and sender is nil. Awesome. And then I think our last function is going to be text did change. Text did change right here. Search bar, UI search bar. And inside of here, we're going to say if search bar dot text is equal to nil, or if it is equal to empty, now we're going to say is searching is false. Oh, is searching equals false, and view dot end editing. It's right there. Is going to be true. And table view dot reload data. Awesome. Else we're going to say is searching is equal to true, and view dot, oh actually we don't need that here. We can say filter data equals search data, search detail dot filter, and in here we're going to throw curly brace, okay, 2 curly braces, and inside of here you're going to say money 0 dot username. So the person's going to be searching for the username is equal to search bar dot text. Okay, that's our filtered data, and then table view dot reload data. Awesome. Now let's run this. It should work. Okay, so when we copied over this code, we forgot to remove this right there. So it should just say reference.child users.observe. Head over to our main.storyboard and make sure everything's linked up. So we didn't give our cell an identifier. So when you click on the cell, type in a user cell for the identifier. That is our problem. And we also needed to reconnect the image because we, right here we needed to reconnect that because we changed the name of it. Okay, so here are all the different users. If we want to send a message to someone, okay, error, to message, copy that. Back on the main storyboard, we need to add a segue from this VC over to message VC. Show, and this segue identifier is going to be to message. We didn't link up the table view. Wowzers, I thought we did. Table view is linked up. Maybe it's not linked up on this one. Oh my. On our message VC, we need to link up our table view, our send button, our message field. Okay, we're good there. And then send pressed as well. Touch up inside. Okay. Some good debugging. So let's see over here. Table view cell doesn't have a reuse identifier, so that is our problem there. The identifier is message, M-E-S-H-A-G-E. So I found something that we actually forgot to add on our messages VC, we actually didn't even finish it. I don't know what I was thinking. Underneath let recipient message, we're gonna say let user message, and that's gonna equal, let's just copy this and paste that there. File will be current user, which we know we have, and then dot messages dot message ID, and then recipient, it's gonna be user message dot set value user message, or just message, yeah, just message. Perfect. And then underneath that, we're just gonna say load data. Awesome. And otherwise, else, if message ID is not equal to empty. Okay, so basically, we're just copying and pasting the same stuff up here. Command copy and pasting that in the else if statement. But instead, message key, we're just leaving that right there. So we're not setting the message ID value, okay? And then after this parentheses, we're gonna say message field dot text is equal to empty. We don't want to keep text in there, and then we're gonna call our function move to bottom, and then we're gonna create an IB action to leave the screen. So I guess back pressed. Sender is going to be of any object. And then we can just say dismiss. Animated true and completion nil. And let's run that. Everything should be working. Okay, let's link up the back button. On this IB outlet. Back pressed. Touch up inside. And then let's make sure these constraints are working. On the message cells, you need to add the label inside of the view, okay? And then you can do the constraints and everything works perfectly. And then see the text pops up inside of them. Now, our other mistake, or my mistake, you'll notice here, see it pops up. That's working, but over here on the cell, we forgot to connect it. So the view will be message detail cell. So on the custom class, we need to say message detail cell. And now we can link up the components. So chat preview, recipient image, recipient name, and I don't know why I clicked out of that. And then we also forgot the reuse identifier. I mean, we can look right here. A message VC, chat VC, message. Chat VC, it's gonna be a message cell. Paste that in there for the identifier and play that. These are also common mistakes you guys might have encountered. Sometimes I forget about them, but you might have encountered some of those. All right, so see, there we go. Now it pops up. You guys can do your own design stuff. You know, for instance, these lines, you can remove that stuff. Just like click on the table view or over here, and you can see in here selection, single selection, no selection, editing, no selection during editing. Indicator, scroll indicators, get rid of those. bouncing, get rid of that. You can, I mean, you don't have to. Or a separator right here, none. That gets rid of these lines right there. And then also, I don't know why we did I did this, but when you send it, it should be on the other side, so you guys can fix that stuff. Minor UI changes, maybe you like it on this side, who knows. But pretty much that's all of the app, and this is pretty cool. You know, change some things up, make it look a little bit nicer. But this is a bare bones of it for sure, and improve it, add some cool features, post it on the App Store, and you guys can have a sweet app to show future job application or show your friends, you know. So thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to the channel. Please share this with your friends and family. It helps out a ton. And if you guys have any questions, please leave that in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.